now you ask yourself, what do you care about in a relationship? Okay? You want the person to look hot? Nothing wrong with that. Make a note of that. Okay? You want the person to be good in bed? Okay, that's fine. Be honest with yourself. That's another. By the way, you can be hot and not good in bed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, or vice versa. Okay,
Yeah.
so these are separate coordinates.
Okay.
Okay, so all right. Now watch. Let's get a third one. You want the person to be kind. Let's say kind. You don't want an evil person.
No.
Okay.
No.
So each of these is completely separate from the other. Yeah. You can be beautiful and evil. You can be ugly and kind. But you care about those three.
Right.
So now rate this person from 0 to 10 in those three categories. Just go ahead and do that. So you say, person's really kind and they're great in bed. Only give them a 5, okay, in looks. They're great in bed and they're kind. All right. Here's what you do. You know how you get the volume of a cube? You multiply x by y by z. Okay. The area of a square is x times y. The area of the volume of a cube is you multiply all three. I'm telling you to take those three numbers, multiply them together. You will get the volume of your love. The volume of what you care about. Okay?
Dang, bro.
So now watch. Now here's my point. What you need to do is, because presumably if you're in the field, there are different people out there. Get each person's volume and go after the person that has the largest volume. Because they might be higher in one than the other, but if you really care about them, it's the totality of that package that matters. Especially in a relationship, those features don't always stay the same. They could vary.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Some
they
people
grow,
get better looking as they get older, or you might get more attracted to them, or less attracted,
or less
to
attractive.
them.
So there's variance.
They might
there.
learn different skills,
But
outdoor
often
skills.
some of them get less. You know.
Yeah, it's a mix.
It's a mix. So let's say they get a little less attractive, but the other bits were strong. So you have a volume, a strength of a larger volume to work against.
Okay.
If things start shifting.
Okay.
In this. Okay. I'm telling you, you can take that to higher dimensions. So, are they bad? What are they hot? Are they have maybe a good sense of humor? Something you might value.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Are they curious? Do they want to keep learning? Okay.
That's important.
Do you value? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? All right.
Because I want them to keep learning about me because.
Or no, that's just no.
They're
That's
gonna stay
selfish. Just
interested.
if they're curious. You're part of what they want to keep learning
Okay, that's
about.
fair.
Don't
that's
focus
fair.
on
My bad.
dude. Come on.
No, you're
now.
right.
Okay, so I went around with a 5-dimensional. So in math we call it 5-dimensional vector space.
And this
5
what you
dimensions.
took in your love life.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
Damn,
okay,
boy, fucking Neil rolling up.
So what I'm saying is there could be someone who's the hottest person you've ever seen, and you could be distracted by that. And so I'm marrying that person. And then they're not so hot 10 years from now, or they get a little chubby, whatever you're valuing or not valuing. And then all of a sudden, everything you married the person for isn't there anymore. And then you divorce 7 years later.
So you got to look at that volume.
Got to look at the volume. And by the way, be crass if you want to be crass. Do you want to marry someone who's wealthy? Put that in there too.
Put it in there.
Okay. Don't be ashamed of that.
Right.
Because any one of these can change. People say, oh, I want that's shallow. You need the personality. People's personalities can change.
Why are we sometimes ashamed to look at the criteria we honestly want to look at?
I got through that. I matured out of that. Because society wants you to not want that. And if someone is honest, I like your wealth. I enjoy it. And by the wealth can go away too.
Yeah,
in the same way your looks.
Can.
All the things can. But if it matters too, then it's one of the coordinates in this volume. By the way, if any of those go to 0, because the volume is a product, you're multiplying these numbers. Right. If any of them goes to 0, the volume goes to 0.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, because you're
not adding them, you're multiplying them.
Wow.
So try to make sure that the likelihood of it going to 0 is, or if it does go to 0, if you don't matter, then it shouldn't have been in the...
Right, it has to be things that nothing could go to 0. So then, and if you do that, then you're probably going to be picking things that have some real value to you.
Correct.
Or overall value.
Correct.
Objective value.
Or just be honest, I just want money. And if you run out of money, I'll divorce you.
Right.
But the person could be fun and happy the whole other time.
Oh, yeah, they're buying sandwiches for everybody. Y'all are having a good time or whatever.
That's people are their own individuals.
So what happened, though, Neil? What happened
others?
when you got the lady, you invite her out? Where'd you take her? Where do you...
Oh, well, we were graduate students at the time, very poor, so a big meal is like a $12 dish. And I have to say this if I'm airing all the thing. So I took her for granted initially.
Oh.
And we broke up initially. And then like 6 months later, I said, what the hell did I just do? Oh my gosh. I went back to that volume and I said, all these other people are not filling that volume the way she did. And I was really sad.
Did you go back to her and tell her?
I could, because I broke up. I can't, what are you going to do? You can't do that. She knocked on my door. She came back to me.
And what'd she say?
And I don't remember, because I was distracted by the fact that, oh my gosh, I have a second chance here.
Wow.
And so on that second chance, that's when we moved in together and got married 3 years later.
And you didn't mess it up the second time?
No.